All right, so we've been walking along the Centerville amusement park area, just finding open bodies of water that we can cast a line and try and catch some fish. Now we're over here right now by the Regatta grandstand, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of a spot that's really done well for us. I've been catching lots of perch, and it's a good opportunity because you got a nice set of railings, you can have lots of room and catch quite a few fish.
Okay, here's a tip that I figured out on my own. Whenever you get a new bait, in this case it's Spike the Pike, which looks really neat in the water, you want to see what it's supposed to do in the water because, you know, is it supposed to flap like this? So what I do, instead of casting it out, I just drop it in front of me and watch as I jerk my rod to see what type of movements look best to entice fish. So if you just put it in and just see, so as I let go, it dive bombs down and then it kind of looks like it's in stress. So you want to let it wait for a second and then reel. That way you get the up and down motion, which rattles but also provides a lot of movement, which will catch the eye of other fish. If you just go straight like this, it will have a little bit of movement in the tail, but that doesn't really do anything. It looks like a live fish that's healthy. You want it to kind of look distressed. So just let it fall, pull it up, let it fall. So that's the kind of motion, nice up and down, soft motion that I'm gonna do when I reel it out farther.
All right, so we just hooked on to another yellow perch. There seems to be quite a bit, and if you stay in one spot long enough to give them a good chance, they'll bite on and give you quite an exciting little experience. There we go. Caught, whoop. Cut it, oh my goodness. They are, David already said once today that they are very energetic. Okay, I'm gonna put them back in the water. There we go. Nice little yellow perch here. Gonna drop him back in the water. And what I've been doing for my strategy here is you may or may not be able to see, there's quite a lot of weeds in here, and for the most part we've been finding more success and there's certain areas where the sand is exposed, and in that area we've just been dropping a worm on a sinker down without a bobber and just letting it hang there, and they almost populate on their own. They'll come right on over, and it's more spot fishing at this point, but we're doing lots of feeding with the fish, and we're also catching a lot. Oh, there's another one. Woo. Jeez, they're hungry for worms today. Now this yellow perch has sucked my hook back. I'll see if I can get it off. I don't really want to hurt him too much by trying to remove it. If I need to, I can just cut it because these hooks do degrade. But I'm going to see if I can remove it without causing that fish any harm. This time I'm just gonna decide to cut that hook off to get the fish back in the water as soon as possible and cause him as least stress as possible. All right, there goes another one. So although not massive, I did just catch myself a largemouth. So here we have my first largemouth of the season of today. It was pretty exciting. Was not expecting a little largie, but there he goes. I'm not completely skunked in the bass section. So of course, if you have a population of fish that are this size, you know that there's got to be larger ones out there. They're probably wise and smart, so they're eluding us. But there he goes, off into the water, ready to be caught another day. So there's our first largemouth of today's trip. All right, we caught our first. This one's a pumpkin seed. My first sunfish since we started the day. Sorry, the first one I landed, I had a pretty big one earlier and it jumped off on me. But you can see the panfish shaped body, and I know it's a pumpkin seed because it's got the red fleck on the end of the gill plate there. I was in a very consistent school of yellow perch that I've been catching, but it never ceases to amaze. And these type of fish are just fantastic for new anglers or kids especially. It's very fun, easy fishing, and completely accessible. Where we are right now, you can walk right up to the edge of this grandstand right here. I'm gonna put the fish back and I'm gonna show you the site a little bit better. Let's put this fish back in the water. You can see it. Off he goes. But like this beautiful site right here, we've walked in. Let's show you a bit better. We've walked in right through here, this area here, and right along the edge of the water here. There's so much room. We've just pulled right up here and put all our stuff underneath the shade of this grandstand right here and have been fishing for probably half an hour. I've probably caught 8 or 9 different types of panfish, and if you can see carefully, you may even see some of them over there waiting for me to throw my bobber back in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, there we go. Ooh, and another pumpkin seed. This would be a hot spot. I highly suggest this spot. I've done very well so far today. Again, I'm just using a hook, bobber, and worms. You can't beat it when you're trying to start off with new anglers or just going for an easy day of just packing small amounts of equipment, especially if you're out walking around on Center Island all day. If you pack a small fishing rod and some bobbers and some worms, you're going to be catching fish just like this guy. There he goes. Let's put him back in the water.
A little way down the path from the grandstand was this purpose-built fishing node. While we're sure it was very nice when it was first built in 2014, the cattails have since overgrown most of the good casting paths, and the ones that remain are too shallow for us to recommend investing too much time fishing at this node. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Part 4 will be out soon.